Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on my 07 Duramax. Now, for those of you who are new here, I purchased this truck a few years ago in pretty rough shape, and since then have been totally rebuilding it from the ground up. And in today's video, we're gonna be tying up all the loose ends and installing the last few pieces in order to drop the cab on. Now, if you guys remember at the end of the last video, I did mention that I was gonna go through and rewrap all of the engine harnesses. So as you can see, I did go ahead and do that. And then I also spent several hours just going through and kind of routing them in where they're supposed to. But as you can see, they're all nice and wrapped all the way through, got everything tucked, just to give you guys a rough idea. And then also I went ahead and ran the new brake lines here as well, just because kind of tedious job and I was kind of in and out of the garage for a couple days doing all of that. So I just figured I would just do that off camera. But the next steps are going to be throwing on this brand new 5-inch exhaust system and then getting our new Fass Fuel System installed. And then once all that is buttoned up, we can go pull the truck outside and throw the cab on, which I also have some brand new poly mounts for that. But first things first, let's unbox this exhaust system and get it put on. Alrighty guys, so after an hour and a bit of finagling, I finally managed to get the exhaust system all mounted up and it's looking good. Next up, we can go ahead and grab our Fass Fuel System here and throw this guy on the truck. And there we go guys, we finally got the Fass Fuel System all installed and is looking really good. Obviously we just still have to throw on our overflow once we have the fuel neck on, but I'll probably wait till I have the bed on just so I can make sure that the neck is all in a good position and I have the measurements correct. As far as the wiring goes, I just ran it right on top of the main harness that runs all the way along the body here, but got it zip tied so it looks nice and clean, and then just have all the extra wiring just kicking up here, as I'm not sure where I'm going to route everything right now. But everything is looking really good, and I guess the next steps here are going to be rolling this bad boy out and dropping on the cab. Well, there we have it, guys. After 2 years of sitting outside under a tarp, the cab is back on the frame. A little bit of a bittersweet moment, as it does cover up a lot of that hard work we have been doing over the last couple of years, but also another great milestone as we are one step closer to firing this girl up for the first time. As you guys probably noticed, we are running a new wheel and tire setup, and that is due to the fact that once we did drop the cab on, we were actually too tall to fit back through the garage door. So I did have to swap out for these Steelies. But in all seriousness, I think these look a hell of a lot better than whatever else was on the truck before that. As far as next steps go, I think we're just gonna keep plugging away at the engine bay here. I do have the intercooler piping laid out on the bench over here, so I think we'll start with throwing on a few of these pieces. Obviously, we won't be able to throw on the intake cover here as we don't have any fenders on the truck yet. The other thing I wouldn't mind tackling as well is getting the entire rad support all put back together and fully assembled, just so we can keep plugging away and buttoning everything up over here so that everything is ready to go once the fenders arrive. Alrighty guys, so check this out. We got all the intercooler piping all plumbed in and ran through. We got the clutch fan and the serpentine belt installed, as well as the entire rad support fully assembled, and things are really starting to come together. The only thing we are currently waiting on is the new fenders here, and then we'll be able to button up the rest of the engine bay and hopefully be able to start this thing in the next video. But for now, that's gonna do it for this video anyways. Thank you guys once again for watching, for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.